I'm Monvirella.
I'm Yukita Cosplay.
And I'm CJ Peterson. Welcome to Magic Making Mischief. Our guest for today is Edwin from Pop Culture Con. We will get to that and explain why I slipped up there for a second. We'll get to that in a minute. In the meantime, get your wands to the ready because we solemnly swear we're up to no good. And speaking of up to no good, we have been to this show initially before it was called Pop Culture Power Show when we initially did it. So if you guys are looking for the videos for it, that's what it would be under.
Yes.
Jeremy says hello everyone. But it's Pop Culture Con now. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for popculturecon.com. popculturecon.com. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me, ladies. I appreciate it.
I best describe this Comic-Con as like an 80s kids playland. I am an 80s kid and I had a field day. It was one of my favorites.
Yeah. We were going for the first show, not necessarily 80s, but pop culture. But stuff, it just so happened to be what was popular during the 80s. It was actually a test run because if it did well enough, I was going to seriously consider booking Peter Cullen and Frank Welker. It just so happened to be what was popular during. Who is the voice of Optimus Prime and Megatron? For anybody that didn't know.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. I know it's more of an overall pop culture theme, but you gotta admit, 80s definitely kind of dominates a lot of the pop culture that's never going anywhere. Okay,
90s
80s, early 90s. Okay.
Thank you.
90s too. Yeah.
Come on now. 80s and 90s are best friends secretly. We know that 80s is the big brother of the 90s, but like, look, the 90s happened. There we go.
We can all be Goonies. All right, we're in this together. Okay.
Well, and then the Power Rangers happened, which took over.
No, Goonies never say die. Sorry.
My husband's a Goonie. Good times.
I'm a Goonie. Never say die. We're good.
So this year, I'm actually excited because it's going to be a little bit closer to the area that we're at because the first original one was in Stafford, and this one is going to be in Spring, Texas.
Spring.
Yeah, I don't have a home. I'm hoping that this one will be a home. I like the location. It took me 4 months to find this location. Otherwise, I would have announced the show sooner. But Stafford is fine. But you know, a lot of venues for people that don't know, they book a year to a year and a half in advance, so it's kind of hard to find a spot that's a good spot that's open. So, and actually, we're actually going to be the second show ever at this venue. It's that new. It's like only 5 years old. So
nice. We're breaking it in.
There you go.
Yeah.
For those for listening, Pop Culture Con show times are Saturday, March 15th. I'm going to keep saying it the whole time. 2025 from 10 to 6. Sunday, March 16th, 2025 from 10 to 5. They're going to be at SPRINGWOODS Village. This is going to be at 1200 Lake Plaza Drive, Spring, Texas, 77389. And Brescia is joined in. And she said, that's not far from us.
I know.
Yes, I know, right?
What magic.
I gotta get it in there.
All right. So
okay, I like the effects. Okay.
I don't have them. I'm so sad. But okay, so let's hit the basics real quick. So do y'all have like kids prices on tickets as well as the adult tickets?
So kids 12 and under free. They just show up.
Awesome.
They don't need. I mean, of course, you need an adult too. Don't just send.
Don't drop your 12-year-old
off and then leave. We don't want none of that. But kids 12 and under free. Really, anybody under at least 15, 16 really should come with an adult. Preferably 18 and younger should come with an adult.
There you go. Gonna have somebody in there to wrangle. Okay.
There you go.
Somebody of age.
I mean, if y'all don't mind us tying them up and just throw them in a corner until the adults are done. Until the adults are done.
Child will be highly caffeinated and given a puppy before they leave.
Yeah, like son, I got one more autograph to get. I'll be right back.
Comes back with a full espresso, like the kid from Encanto with the puppy in their arms. Yes.
That's why
nothing happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what happened. Just
No
found
idea.
coffee and a puppy. Oops.
My bad.
All right, so you've got a great variety for your guests this year. I did love the mass amount of GI Joe guests that y'all had the first year, but I love that you have kind of a pairing of some and then like just kind of an overall. So that is more pop culture, but it still sticks within the 80s genre. I love that though.
Yeah,
So,
I said we dominate 80s, 90s. Okay.
So who all are your guests?
Yeah, so I want the show to consist. I want the show to be exactly how it's named. Everything. So, yeah, the first show, everything kind of surrounded Larry Hama, who's a godfather of G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, yeah, we're doing a little bit. I'm putting my toe into the anime world, which I'm completely ignorant to the anime world. My wife is the anime person. I kind of relied on her heavily as far as some of the guests and stuff like that. But we got some anime guests, which is Vic Mignogna. We got Tiffany Vollmer, who's Bulma. We got Stephanie Nadolny, who is Gohan and Kid Goku in the recently
We've had her
released
on the show before.
Diama.
We've had her on the show before.
She has a bit of a list there.
Yeah. Who else do we have? So that was 3. There was a 4th one.
Did you do Linda Young?
Linda Young, who was Frieza. And then also the unknown gem that I had discussed prior to the show is Mehdi. And I don't want to butcher his name by trying to pronounce it, but it starts with an A. He is a French national who lives in Tokyo and works on animation in Tokyo. And he will be making his first U.S. appearance at Pop Culture Con in March.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's a key animator. He's kind of he oversees trying to create the director's image with the body motion and stuff like that for the characters on screen. Without him, you don't even get the body work for the voice actors. So he's really important, and that's why I got him to pair him up with Vic, because Vic is the main person from Dragon Ball Super Broly, and Mehdi was one of the key animators in Dragon Ball Super Broly, and this will be his first U.S. appearance at the show. And then to finish answering your question, there's some comic guests: Jim Starlin, who created Thanos; Larry Hama again, who's the godfather of G.I. Joe; Dave Wilkins, Dave Roman, Angel Medina, and then we have the big guest. Actually, we've also got Keone Young, who is the voice of Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe, the original G.I. Joe cartoon. Plus, he was also, I forget, General somebody in Star Wars Rebels. But the big guy is Lou Ferrigno, who is the original OG Incredible Hulk, which is pre-CGI, when there was no CGI. He was the Hulk, 6'5" bodybuilder, Mr. Olympia, trained with Arnold Schwarzenegger, personal close friend of Arnold Schwarzenegger. So he's kind of a big deal.
He was my first Hulk.
He's kind of a big deal. Would you say he's a hulking big deal?
Yes.
I'd say like
huge big deal.
He terrified me as a child. I have to admit, like the whole I think the no CGI thing actually made it scarier to my brain. So whenever he would transform, I'm just like, okay, now I can't watch. I gotta watch. No, I don't want to see him angry.
But
I think it's a tender side of him, though. He had a tender side of him.
He still does. He still does. He does. He was born, I think, with a hearing issue, and he still wears hearing aids to this day. But as far as his costume, look at his hair. That was a wig, and then he had these yellow teeth that he had to put in. So yeah, that was kind of crazy and creepy at the same time.
Geek Cred's joining us. Hey, Geek Cred.
Hey.
So yeah, so excited. There was lots of things we got to play with when we were there last time. You had the video machines. Are you gonna have those again? The video games from like the.
Yep, we'll have those again. And one of
the games.
Yeah, I mean they're not the OG ones that we all grew up with putting quarters and stuff in, but they're the arcade 1-ups, which is the best that I could do. I did have kind of a deal in place with other shops that do these type of gaming systems to pair up with us, but then they pulled out. So we have that we had the first show, but we also have a Pokemon tournament, which was introduced to me that I should put as a part of the show, and I think going forward it will be a part of the show. It's capped at only 50 people. Yeah, it's capped at only 50 people, but if we get it all the way up to 50 people, I'll actually add more prizes, which will equate to a first, second, and third. Right now, we only have a first and second place.
So we're getting a full-on tourney soon.
Yeah, awesome. So there'll be judges there and all that stuff. So yeah, it'll be a Pokemon tournament.
That's exciting.
I don't know how I could like let the game slip my mind. We actually went home with one of those games. My son has it in his room. The one of the multi-game systems. That was Dandyland that year.
Jeremy was saying about Lou Ferrigno. He said he's super nice. Stopped by the line at, I'm assuming it's Comic PLAZA, my first time going, and was just talking to everyone. Brescia says, "What are your food choices?"
Oh.
Is that a question?
Are there food options? Yes, that is
on the menu
is the question.
for Pop Culture Con.
Like we don't have any food because it's at a hotel and we're not allowed to bring outside food.
So no food trucks or anything.
But there is a restaurant attached to it, and it's actually, if you guys are familiar with City Center at Beltway 8 and Katy Freeway, this is the same thing, but it's called City Place, and there's food around it. There's restaurants around it, so you literally walk access. 1 or 2 blocks. Yeah, and then there's food. So yeah. So
it would be okay for them to like bring their own food, or
I mean, if you're coming in as like, we're not gonna like, I mean, we'll have security and stuff, but we're not gonna like, I don't know, we might look in your bags, I don't know. But as far as like,
if they give you a burger, is it okay?
I mean, it'd be different if you come in with like a platter like this trying to get in.
Don't bring a catering set.
Yeah, I mean, if you're bringing it, I mean, yeah, you're bringing in Wendy's or something in your bag. I don't think nobody's gonna have a problem with that.
You're not gonna have any issues with that.
Geek Credit's
keep it discreet. I guess.
Geek Credit's question that I always ask is parking free?
Yes. If you're familiar with City Center, they have free parking. This place also has free parking. In fact, when you go to the website, go to what is it? How to get here? I can't remember. But yeah, just go on the website and search. There is free parking. There's actually 2 large parking garages. Now, if you park in the parking connected to the hotel, you got to pay for that. But if you just go a block or 2, free parking.
Brescia says City Places where the giant gingerbread house is during Christmas.
For real?
I
guess.
Okay. I can see that. Yeah. They have a really good grassy area where people hold events and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Here's a neat thing that y'all are doing this year. So you have mail-in submissions if people can't make it to the show, but they want autographs, right?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. One new feature we added to the website is mail-in submissions. It still needs to be tweaked, but it's very functional right now. If anybody's actually, I have a guy who I've been talking to from the UK. I got somebody also from Alaska that's going to be sending a lot of items. I actually have a team ready to handle anybody's items that they want to get signed. Any items like Funko Pops, toys, stuff like that, everything comes with a price, which includes JSA. So JSA is going to be there on site. And then we also have CGC for anybody that wants to get comic books signed and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So we haven't talked cosplay yet.
Okay. Yeah, I recognize a couple. I recognize a few cosplayers on this panel.
A little bit.
What's the deal for cosplay?
So we're gonna do like we did last time. There will be a cosplay contest. It's gonna be better. I think maybe better managed a little bit this year because we don't want friends. What's the word I want to say? We don't want friends
Nepotism?
helping out other friends to win, stuff like that. So I'm trying to mix it up by having no favorites. Yeah, no favoritism. I'm trying to mix it up with, I actually want to mix it up with different judges every year. And some of the judges this year are kind of unknowns. But it's the same. Actually, it's the same as the previous year, but I've actually upped the first place prize from $200 to $250. And then the second place gets $100 and third place gets $50. Now, because of we didn't have a huge turnout the first year, it was just a straight first, second, and third. We'll probably do the same things first, second, third, unless there's just an overwhelming amount of people that enter. Then we'll do like originally I wanted to do first, second, third male, first, second, third female, and then like first, second, third kid. But that might be kind of difficult because you don't want to hurt kids' feelings if they don't win. And why did he win and she didn't win? And maybe participation prizes for
It doesn't
the kids.
usually go
I don't
that
know.
deep, but
yeah, I don't know.
I know sometimes there is some drama in some, but
kids are just happy to be doing it, honestly.
Usually the issues come more not from the children, but from some of the other things in there, from the experience that we've seen. And that's unfortunate because, really,
they're good.
Cosplay is such a great community. And I just want to say to the parents out there whose kids do want to cosplay and you're trying to support them, don't be overly competitive for their sake, because it's an awesome group. Everybody just wants to help support each other. And yes, there's competitions that you can do, but don't make it something that should tear that apart, because the kids are in there having fun. And I think that should be encouraged more than it's, getting angry in certain situations. And I'm not trying to say anything to anybody specific, because I don't know anyone specific in any of this. I just know as a mom, I've gotten frustrated before. And it's like, my gosh, I remember I made this thing with her, or she worked on this all night long. And it was kind of sad to me. But I don't know what's going on in the judging details and stuff. And that's the thing, is like, you don't always know all that. And so it's tough whenever you're a parent not to step up and be that like Broadway mom kind of mindset.
You just have to remember with cosplay that it is meant to be a form of expression.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's just
Cover says nice prizes. Looking forward to seeing the entries.
Me too.
Yeah. Even though cosplay is a part of the show, my friend, he's known as Jin. He's the one that's going to pretty much head the contest. So he's also going to be the host.
Okay.
Yes.
Craig says the cosplay mama bear thing is rampant in cons. It is.
It is true. And it's a tough thing, because as a mom of two kids that did cosplay, and one who specifically tried to compete a couple of times, it is hard, but like, be there to support them, encourage them in what they do, and just, if they're upset, give them love, give them hugs, and encourage them to continue doing it, because that's the fun of it, is that it is an artistic expression of yourself. And I think that's what you really have to focus on. And the community is so great for it, like so supportive. And I have met very few people that I haven't just thought were some of the most amazing people I've ever met in cosplay community.
I think Jim Ferry said it best when they said community over competition.
Yeah, and I'm all for it, because I definitely see the community, and I have a lot of respect for these people, especially when I've heard that they can spend as much as 6 months to a year creating their costume. I mean, that's crazy.
And the weight of some of their cosplays.
Speaking of, I was going to say
some of their cosplays.
The last set of competitors from pop culture was mind blowing on some.
They had Godzilla.
Yeah.
And it was,
I remember
so
that.
heavy. Yes. It was made of this like black foam stuff, but it was so heavy. I don't know how.
Had LEDs going down the scales so they would light up.
Yes. And then Iron Giant, that one, or they had Iron Giant, and what I thought was awesome was he had the little boy in his shoulder.
Yes, he had the little dude.
Oh my gosh, such great ones. And of course,
they did an amazing job with it too.
We actually had Copley on the podcast before, and she won the competition overall, I believe. So,
yeah.
And she did Zelda. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Is that what she was? A Zelda? Okay. Yeah, that's right. She was
She was Zelda. She made that entire
and she did that all herself
by hand from scratch. Amazing craftsmanship.
Yeah, Brisha says those the costumes. I cannot talk tonight.
The costumes were amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, and
we agree.
You guys lost it last week. I'm losing it this week.
We gave you a hug.
It's been a long week. It's okay. Anyways, I loved going. It was fun. It was such a playland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and last time was. So what I was going to say, last time it was amazing because we actually got to meet Morgan Lofting, and for those who don't know, she passed away this year. And what a wonderful, wonderful lady! Oh my gosh!
The day before Thanksgiving, she passed away.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, what made you want to start Comic-Cons?
Well, for people that don't know, I'm primarily a comic book person. I don't think that there's a lot of good comic book shows as I'm in this industry, I actually kind of understand why. It actually is hard to make money doing shows with just comic book guests, which is partly why I'm having anime guests and other guests, because then they can compensate what I may or may not make having comic book guests. But I just believe that I could do it. A friend at the time kind of put the idea in my head. It was something that he was going to do. It was like a one-day show he was interested in doing. And once he put that idea in my head, I just knew and believed that I could do it. Like there was no doubt in my mind. And it took 3 years for me to finally put my first show together, 2 years for this one. And then I want to have 1 to 2 shows a year after this one, depending on how well this one does. But it's just something I knew I could do, because having both hats, the hat of the person that goes to these shows, wants to get signatures, wants to see these guests, wants to take pictures of the cosplayers. I just knew I could do this. I knew what people wanted. Not everything, of course, but I kind of know what the type of guests people want. And if you have the money, you can book anybody. But at that point, it's just a matter of getting it out to everybody to get them to buy into what you're selling, that you're not going to be a one and done, that you're not trying to rip everybody off and take their money and leave, stuff like that. So yeah, I kind of felt like I could do it, and we are actually doing that now again for the second time.
Good job.
The excitement is revealing.
Yeah. Honestly, the first show was amazing. Everybody loved it. I don't know anyone who didn't just rave about how much fun they had and how great it was set up. You did such a good job with it. So I know everybody's really looking forward to this time.
Yeah.
Well,
that was the snacks, not gonna lie.
I appreciate that, but I actually have to give a lot of credit to my program at the time. Ginger did it. She really made me look good. She did a really good job. This year I got somebody different, just only because Ginger wasn't available. She actually has an event going on. I can't remember what it is, a chili cook-off or something like that, the same weekend as my show. But I have one of the former programmers of Comic Palooza helping me out. JR. So JR is doing my programming and floor plan and stuff like that for this show.
Okay. Yeah, he said even people who are critical of cons liked it.
Yes, very true. Very true. And we know quite a few people who were critical of many cons who actually did.
I buy sparingly because we do so many cons. I work at so many, or we go to so many, and it's just, I would go broke otherwise. I spent the most money at your con.
Wow. Well, thank you.
I'm an 80s kid. Like I said, to me, it was just like, yay, Playland, everything. Like, I even found stuff that I haven't been able to find for years. And
that's
so
good.
Actually, it wasn't all 80s though, because I mean, okay, technically it's got the 80s flair, but I was gonna say you came with an 11, something from Stranger Things too. I think from that one, but that does have, even that has pop culture because its focus was on the 80s. So
I think
that's true.
The kids from the 80s are the same age that I was at the time of the 80s. So those little kids, that's how old I was going through the 80s.
Yeah.
So I was just, I love that show. I cannot wait for part 5. Anyways,
excited.
And we also because we want to focus more on growth, we actually cut our ticket prices in half. Our ticket prices at first were like around $30-$40. Now all our ticket prices, as long as you get it before the doors open up, they're only $20.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
2-day tickets are like $30. So
that's real nice.
Yeah, I mean, plus taxes and fees, but it's still cheap, especially when you go to shows nowadays.
It's affordable.
Oh yeah, that's
very affordable. And then what age under are
12 and under get in for free.
12 and
under get in.
So it sounds very family.
But I will say this: you go to almost any comic shop, Super Happy, Bedrock, Atomic Monkey.
Yes,
they all have posted discount codes on their social media, which will save you at least a couple bucks, 10%. So just check with your local comic shop or toy shop, and they're most likely have posted a discount code on their social media. So.
Geek Card wants to know if you're still accepting panel submissions.
Oh.
Yeah, just hit me up at info@popculturecon.com. I have to talk to JR to figure out what the program is going to look like. As of now, the panels only consist of the cosplay contest and panels for all of the guests. But I know that we will have room for other people that want to do panels. I mean, I have to be honest. This isn't like a huge show. I want it to be a huge show eventually, but I also don't want people to have high expectations come, and you don't have too many people there at your panel unless you're going to bring the people with you. We do have a lot of publicity around this show. Oh my God, Lou's gonna do 4 morning shows Friday before the show, a radio interview.
Oh wow!
I got a radio interview, yeah, and we've got 2 to 3 other
awesome
forms of media outlets that are going to be promoting the show. Plus, we're going to have media on site, so yeah, it's definitely different from the first show. So I'm expecting definitely more people for sure.
Exciting!
Awesome. Very fun. Yeah, we're actually coming from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are in Oklahoma?
Yeah, they're in
Oklahoma
now.
I've been
this,
to
like I
Tulsa
said, this
before,
is one of my favorites. So I'm just like, we need to go down.
And let me just say this: we're giving away, if you book your hotel at the venue, we'll give you tickets for free 2-day ticket to the show.
Awesome.
But you have to book through our website. Otherwise, if you book through the Marriott, it's gonna cost you more. They actually give us a better rate because of the show.
Sweet. So check your comic book stores for discounts on tickets, or book at the venue hotel through the website, guys. That's awesome.
Go to Super Happy Incredible Toys. Shout out to Juan. There you go.
Good job. Nice. Okay, well, we only have about a few minutes left. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Yes. No, anything else?
Just thanks for being the photo and video ladies at the show. I know you guys are going to do it again. And Yukita for cosplaying. I think she had 3 or 4 outfits the first show.
I do that.
I'm expecting nothing less this time, but yeah, no, I don't really have much else, just to say thank you.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sparing your time, because I know as it gets closer, your time becomes very, very precious. Very much. We appreciate it. So make sure to mark your calendars. That is March 15th from 10 to 6. Sunday, March 16th from 10 to 5. It's going to be at SPRINGWOODS Village. That's at 1200 Lake Plaza Drive, Spring, Texas, 77389. And it's free parking.
Free parking.
There is free parking. Yep.
Free parking. And then kids 12 and under are free. And what were the other prices?
1-day tickets are $19.99 plus taxes and fees. 2-day tickets are $29.99 plus taxes and fees.
Awesome. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate you so much for coming and getting the information. Guys, make sure to mark your calendars. This is a good one. Trust me.
Yes. You do not want to miss
it. Yes. And we will be there, and we will be dressed up. We've already been planning on it.
Even though Yukita's abandoning us one day for the special, can I say it?
Well, confusion?
No, one of your cosplay ideas is not with us.
Spice Girls. I'm gonna be Scary Spice.
Oh man.
Yes, I have a group set up, and we've been planning this since last year, y'all. Come and check out the Spice Girls at Pop Culture Con.
Spice is your life.
We have an idea, but I think are we gonna do the one we're doing too?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Yes. So one of the days we're gonna be doing, what day are we doing it?
I'm gonna say Sunday, because Saturday is when the girls are gonna come out.
Okay. I don't know if we can do that. We'll have to talk on that one then.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But we're planning on dressing up too, so make sure to come see us. Not this weekend, but the next weekend I will be down in Lake Jackson for Brazoria Comic Con. Make sure to head down there in that area. I will be there for sure. If you need me to on Saturday, I'll even wear my Ravenclaw. No problem. I got you. Next weekend next week, regular time, we're gonna fitness cosplayer Swoller Scout. It is pre-recorded. We are not ignoring you next week. I promise you. In the meantime, guys, have a great week, and we'll catch you guys next week. Mom Barella, take us out.
If y'all haven't had a chance to, make sure to smash that subscribe and the like, and CJ Peterson on CJ, I can't English. CJ Peterson on YouTube, Mommy Roll on YouTube, as well as Yukita Cosplay on Instagram. And of course, check out Pop Culture Con. All the details on the website. CJ, would you read that off real quick?
The website, Pop Culture Con, POPCULTURECON.com.
That's CON.
And make the author do the reading.
Yes.
Ravenclaw.
Yeah, this is true. All right, till next time, guys. Mischief managed. Love y'all. Bye.
Hello. Bye-bye.